The city was full. Jerusalem was alive. The air was thick with movement and expectation as people gathered for a Jewish festival. And Jesus walked straight into the heart of it, not to the palace, not to the synagogue, but to a place of brokenness, a place of suffering, a place where hope was thin and pain was heavy. He went to the pool by the sheep gate called Bethesda, a place with 5 covered colonnades, a place where the sick gathered, the blind, the lame, the paralyzed, the forgotten, the desperate. They lay there waiting for movement in the water, waiting for a miracle, waiting for someone to help them, waiting for hope. Among them was a man who had been an invalid for 38 years. 38 years of lying there, 38 years of watching others walk while he stayed still, 38 years of waiting, 38 years of disappointment, 38 years of silent prayers. Jesus saw him, not glanced, not passed by. He saw him. He knew he had been in that condition a long time. And Jesus asked him a question that cut deep, a question that reached into his soul. He said, "Do you want to get well?" Not everyone does. Some get comfortable in their pain. Some identify with their sickness. Some lose hope. But Jesus asked him directly. The man answered with honesty. He said, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." You can hear the frustration. You can hear the loneliness. You can hear the years of being overlooked. And then Jesus said words that would change everything. He said, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk." No countdown, no ritual, no delay. At once, the man was cured. He picked up his mat and walked. 38 years of stillness ended in a moment. 38 years of weakness shattered by one sentence. That is the power of Jesus. But it was the Sabbath. And instead of celebrating, the religious leaders were offended. They said to the man, "It is the Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry a mat." Imagine that. A man just got his life back, and they cared about the rule. He answered, "The man who made me well said to me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" They asked, "Who is this fellow who told you to pick it up and walk?" But the man did not know who it was. Jesus had slipped away into the crowd. Later, Jesus found him at the temple and said, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." That wasn't condemnation. That was love. That was warning. That was care. That was Jesus saying, your healing is not just physical. Your life matters. Your soul matters. The man went away and told the Jewish leaders that it was Jesus who had made him well, and because Jesus was doing these things on the Sabbath, the leaders began to persecute him. But Jesus did not defend himself with fear. He did not retreat. He did not soften the truth. He said, "My Father is always at his work to this very day, and I too am working." This made them even more angry because he was not only breaking the Sabbath, but calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. And then Jesus spoke. And when he spoke, heaven echoed. He said, "Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does." He said the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. He said the Father raises the dead and gives them life, and the Son gives life to whom he is pleased to give it. He said the Father judges no one, but has entrusted all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. These are not soft words. These are not symbolic. These are divine. Jesus was claiming authority. He was claiming equality. He was revealing his identity. Then he said something that should shake every heart. He said, Whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be judged, but has crossed over from death to life. That is not religion. That is resurrection. That is not ritual. That is transformation. That is not performance. That is salvation. He continued and said, "A time is coming, and has now come, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live." He said, "The Father has life in himself, and has granted the Son also to have life in himself." He said, "He has given him authority to judge, because he is the Son of Man." He said, "A time is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done good will rise to live, and those who have done evil will rise to be condemned." Jesus was not just healing bodies. He was revealing eternity. He said, "By myself I can do nothing. I judge only as I hear, and my judgment is just. For I seek not to please myself, but him who sent me." Then he spoke about witnesses. He said, "If I testify about myself, my testimony is not true. There is another who testifies in my favor." He spoke of John the Baptist. He spoke of the works the Father gave him to finish. He spoke of the Father himself testifying about him. He said, "The Scriptures testify about him." He said, "You study the Scriptures diligently because you think that in them you have eternal life. These are the very Scriptures that testify about me, yet you refuse to come to me to have life." That is heavy. That is truth. That is religion without relationship being exposed. He told them, "I do not accept glory from human beings, but I know you. I know that you do not have the love of God in your hearts." He said he came in his Father's name, and they did not accept him. But if someone else came in his own name, they would accept him. He asked, "How can you believe since you accept glory from one another, but do not seek the glory that comes from the only God?" He said, "Do not think I will accuse you before the Father. Your accuser is Moses, on whom your hopes are set. If you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me." He said, "But since you do not believe what he wrote, how are you going to believe what I say?" John chapter 5 is not gentle. It is strong. It is bold. It is confrontational. It is revealing. It shows us that Jesus is not just a healer. He is not just a teacher. He is not just a miracle worker. He is the Son. He is the judge. He is the giver of life. He is equal with the Father. He is the voice that raises the dead. He is the authority over eternity. A man rose from a mat. The Son rose in authority. Religion was challenged. Truth was declared, and life was offered. This chapter shows us that Jesus does not just change circumstances, he changes destinies. He does not just fix bodies, he awakens souls. He does not just break traditions, he reveals truth. And just like that man at the pool, when Jesus speaks, you rise.